To Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan on Talk Radio.
I smell bacon.
Life's gonna suck when you grow up, when you grow up, when you grow up. Life's gonna suck when you grow up, it sucks pretty bad right now. Life's gonna suck when you grow up, when you grow up, when you grow up. Life's gonna suck when you grow up, it sucks pretty bad right now. Life's gonna suck when you grow up, when you grow up, when you grow up. Life's gonna suck when you grow up, and then you're gonna die.
Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan on Talk Radio.
Greetings, and may 1,000 suns bless this good morning. I am Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan. Call me now on free call 0500 1053 89 and share my joy in the discovery of Islam. New Islam Lite. Free call 0500 1053 89. And perhaps you, like me, will recognize the benefit not only of the world's fastest growing religion, but also the benefit of changing your name. For so many of us, our name is an anchor to an unhappy past and a potentially unhappy future. But follow me through the portals of new Islam Lite, and a name which speaks your future pride in the dignity of everlasting life can be yours also. Free call 0500 1053 89. We read that His Holiness the Pope is preparing to apologize to the nations of Islam for the Crusades. We will accept the apologies of this voice piece of an outdated, outmoded, irrelevant religion and invite him to cross the small sea which divides us and become a Muslim. Free call 0500 1053 89. This most magnificent and all-embracing of religions, the fastest growing world religion, 1 in 6 of the world's population follows Islam, accepts as a prophet Abraham, Moses, Muhammed, of course, inshallah, and even Jesus Christ. And this is one of many reasons why Islam is the future, and all other religions, all forms of agnosticism and atheism are the past. What, you may wonder, is new Islam Lite? We followers denounce U.S. imperialism and the godless war machine which is American foreign policy. We denounce the pathetic tyrant puppet Clinton for his debauchery, corruption, and the westernization of free peoples. We denounce American culture, which is vacant, oppressive, and materialistic. We denounce the American people who are unjust, shallow, uninformed, and obese. But, we like our gridiron on a Sunday night. And we also enjoy the occasional kick-ass blockbuster Hollywood video, such as Armageddon, magnificent film. We also like Nicole Kidman and the girl who's in Something About Mary. We also enjoy Friends and The Simpsons, and we love King of the Hill. This is New Islam Lite. We condemn the weakness of the flesh, especially the enslavement to alcohol. But we enjoy a few on a Friday night. As long as we're all right for a Tesco run on Saturday morning. You see, new Islam Lite could be, at last, a religion for you. Call me, Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan, on free call 0500 1053 89. And I will also tell you your new Arabic name. I am Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan on Talk Radio. That is a good argument for listening.
Talk Radio, live sport. Free call 0500 1053 89.
Extending greetings to Paul, who calls from Coventry.
Good afternoon.
Paul, good afternoon.
Should I be calling you Your Holiness, Your Highness?
I'm mere Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan. I am a follower, not a leader, yet.
Fair enough. And how may I join you?
Paul, by pledging your allegiance to Allah through Muhammad?
Well, I certainly have a great deal of respect for Allah and Muhammad, and I would have no problems whatsoever following them.
Would you be able to fast occasionally? Although we wouldn't take it to extremes, just perhaps skipping breakfast occasionally.
I do so anyway.
Well, you're halfway there, pal. And I don't know what you think. Are you married?
No.
No. But it's a possibility.
Yes, yes.
You're not going to rule it out?
No.
Just
no.
checking. I don't know where Islam stands on that. Anyway, have you heard of polygamy?
Yes.
That's in.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes, yes. And also a practice called muta.
Ah, what's that?
Well, I'll see if I can read from the rule book so that I don't get this wrong, because I wouldn't want to misquote Islam at all. It's a special contract concluded between a man and a woman through offer and acceptance of marriage for a limited period.
Oh.
Eh?
Oh, that's pretty good.
With a specific dowry, such as, rather like the contract for permanent marriage, and the Sunnis call it a marriage for pleasure.
Huh.
They have a 3-week event.
I see.
Yes.
Sounds quite a brilliant idea.
And her dad has to bring you a car or something.
Could be worse, couldn't it?
Yes. All we need to do, Paul, is give you a new name.
Right.
What's your full name?
Paul Russell.
Not very Islam, is it, mate?
Not especially.
No, because Cat Stevens changed, didn't he? And,
yes, Yusuf Islam.
And Cassius Clay.
Oh, can't remember.
Muhammad Ali.
Oh, yes, of course.
Him. And I don't know about Prince Nazim.
That, I believe, is a self-titled honorific.
Is it? Right, okay. Well, I don't know about you calling yourself Prince, because I think I got there first.
Yes, true.
How do you see yourself? What sort of a geezer are you?
Well, I consider myself a bit of a mystic.
Ooh. Okay. I'm just looking down the directory here.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a bit of a sage. A thinker.
Yes.
Right. How about Khalid, which means glorious in an eternal way?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
You'll go for that? Or what about distinguisher of truth from falsehood?
Oh, I like that.
Okay. Then you are now Farouk.
Farouk.
Farouk Russell.
That sounds good to me.
We salute you.
Thank you very much.
Free call 0500 1053 89. And talk to me, Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan, one of the first followers of New Islam Lite. Saeed calls from East London. Saeed, you're on Talk Radio. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
Tommy.
Saeed.
Hi.
Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan.
Yeah, I just want to point out that Rajesh isn't a Muslim name. For a start, it's actually a Hindu name.
No, it isn't. No, it's an Arabic name. No, it isn't.
No, it is.
It is. It's an Arab name.
It's not an Arab name.
It is an Arab name.
All right, okay. You say so, but it's not. It's actually a Hindu name. Maybe some other listeners will point that out to you.
No, Rajesh means righteous.
Rajesh means righteous.
Yes, it does. What did you think it meant?
It maybe does. Maybe in Hinduism, but not in Islam.
Yes. I
Yeah.
see. So which religion did you used to follow then until you became a convert to New Islam Lite?
I've always been a Muslim.
You've always been a Muslim. What sort of a Muslim were you until you came across to New Islam Lite?
What kind of Muslim I was before I came? Because
Yes.
no, I've just been
A Muslim?
a Muslim, yeah.
Ooh, like all good religions, it's a bit more complicated than that. Are you a Sunni or a Shiite?
I'm a Sunni.
You're a
Sunni.
You're a Sunni.
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 Yeah.
I see. So you're not particularly concerned that it should be Muhammad's brother-in-law who provided the bloodline of all the leaders? That's
No,
what it
we
boils down to,
believe
isn't
that
it?
it just ended at
Yes.
Prophet Muhammad.
Yes.
And that's it.
Okay. Well, shall we have a little chant together?
Pardon?
Do you fancy a little chant?
A little chant?
Yes.
Like what?
I don't know. I mean, how many times have you prayed today?
Well, today, how many
Yes.
times I've prayed? I haven't, to be honest, prayed today.
Ooh,
I've been out
mind
on the road today working.
Well, you see, that's very Islam Lite, isn't it? Isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
Why don't,
You should
why-
always make time for prayers, yeah.
why don't we recite the first prayer that Muhammad was ever given by Gabriel? Do you know what?
Right.
That's Surah 96, entitled The Clot.
No, I don't know it.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful,
Yeah.
in the name of
Bismillah.
thy Lord who created man from a clot.
Yeah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, it was very nice to do business in the sight of Allah with you, Saeed.
Yep. Okay.
Bye-bye, Saeed.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Prince. Go on. Free call 0500 1053 89. When you think about it, you know, because there still is a little racial tension left in Britain, God only knows, it would help things a little, wouldn't it? If everybody with a Western name, an English or a Scottish name, were to switch to an ethnic name, to an Oriental name or an Asian name or an African name. And if everybody who has arrived in this country, and how welcome you are, who has brought with them their own Oriental name or whatever, were to take on an English or a Scottish name. So as if previously your name was Min Patel and you were to call, then we would rechristen you Angus McCotup or Arthur Ramsbottom. And if your name is Arthur Ramsbottom, give us a call and we'll, by bringing together your personality and your date of birth and perhaps your profession, work out what your Muslim name should be, or your, better still, perhaps African name. Free call 0500 1053 89. Call me Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan, as has Tabassum from Birmingham. Tabassum, you're on Talk Radio. Greetings.
Hello, yes. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Not too bad. I'm just ringing you. You know, you were talking about muta.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah?
Well, the thing is, it's not something, because in Islam you have the Shiites and the Sunnis.
Yeah, you do, yes.
And that's something that the Shiites do.
Yeah.
It's not something that the Sunnis take up, and it's not something that, you know, should be part of Islam.
But it's part of New Islam Lite.
Well, what exactly is New Islam Lite? I've never heard of it before.
Well, it's what they're doing in Iran, isn't it? In this new sort of post-Khomeini era. Now
yeah, but then the thing is, they're all Shiites, so you can't sort of say, you know, it's because otherwise people are going to get the wrong idea and think that this is what Muslims do.
This is the right idea. New Islam Lite is for people who recognise that Muhammed is the way, but who don't want to get involved in too much of this sort of pilgrimage, stroke prayer, stroke going out into the streets and letting off rifles every time America invades somebody.
No, but that's not something. No, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, that's not something that we do. I mean, that's just they're taking a silly view of Islam.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's just making it, you know, seem, just trifling with Islam, basically. It's not something, and it's making us out to be really stupid people.
No, you see, you're being oversensitive there. And
No.
we followers of Islam Lite, or Islam New Mild Islam, as we also call it, aren't as sensitive.
No, but the thing is, with Islam, there's no new Islam anywhere. You either have a religion or you don't.
Yes, and
It's only the dying religions that tend to sort of start saying, oh, well, we'll take in women priests, we'll do this, we'll do that. With Islam, it's been the same throughout.
No.
And if anybody tries to change it, then it's not Islam, it's a totally different religion.
Well, how has Salman Rushdie changed then, or has Islam changed towards him?
Well, Salman Rushdie isn't a Muslim anyway.
But has Islam changed its view towards him?
No.
Oh, really?
No, it hasn't.
Do you read the papers?
No, it's the Shiites who have changed their view, and the only because
the Shiites are an old, outdated, and ferocious follower of Islam.
They're not.
They are.
If you were a Muslim, you
Ask
would
Salman
know.
Rushdie.
No, the Shiites, they have Iran has taken this away from him. They've said that nobody's going to kill him because they've taken the fatwa away because they need America at the moment. That's the only reason. It's only politics. It's not absolutely nothing to do with Islam.
No, of course it hasn't. Salman Rushdie and the fatwa has absolutely nothing to do with Islam. If you understand that kind of thinking, then old-style religion and old-style Islam is for you. But there is a new word on the street. It's pragmatic. It fits your life, and yet it will open the important doors for you, now and later on. It is New Islam Lite. Call me and speak to one of its followers, Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan, on Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening. Manchester, you're on Talk Radio. Lake.
Hello.
Greetings.
Assalamu alaikum.
Inshallah.
I'm just phoning up to put you right, even though you're going on about this new light Islam. We're still not supposed to drink, no matter whether it's new light or old light.
Well, you can't, but my followers can.
So then, therefore, you're making a new a sect of Islam.
Everybody does it.
Everybody does it, but it's whether or not the followers follow it.
And they will.
Well, some will, some won't. I mean, I've been a convert now for 5 years into the old Islam, and it's been the best 5 years of my life.
Well, new Islam gives you extra options.
And what are them? That I'm allowed to drink.
And watch American movies.
But we're not supposed to watch American movies or any kind of movies.
Exactly, so you're left out of the conversation when you go clubbing.
I don't go clubbing.
Oh, I bet you don't.
No,
well,
I don't.
You can, under New Islam Lite.
Yeah, but that's just changing the old Islam into...
what Islam is doing.
No, Islam's not doing it. That's what the Shiites are doing. Nothing to do with the Sunnis. The Sunnis is like an Orthodox Islam. Shiites change whenever they feel like it.
Like so many religions, it seems that old Islam is still at loggerheads with itself. But as I often quote, as Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan, when the finger points at the moon, the imbecile examines the finger. Free call 0500 1053 89. Isha calls from Glasgow. You're on Talk Radio. Isha.
Hi there, Tommy. I converted to Islam just about 6 months ago. And, I really think it is an absolutely beautiful religion. And I have researched a lot of other religions. I grew up in Christianity. I studied Hinduism, Buddhism. And I really felt that Islam encompassed all of them and was, the best thing for me. But I think there's an awful lot of misconceptions that a lot of people have. For example, this thing about changing your name, it's not compulsory to change one's name. The only thing that makes it compulsory is if you have, say, a name taken from the Bible, or if you're named after a Hindu god or goddess or something, then it's recommended to change your name, but it's not compulsory.
I don't think you're understanding something here. People want to change their name. There's nobody listening to this broadcast who doesn't hate their name. Everyone's name's awful. All English names, terrible names. Rupert, for goodness sake. Kevin, Roger.
Well, yeah,
Ruth.
but it can be very, very difficult to... A lot of people, when they convert to Islam, they tend to become rather radical, should I say. And I think you may want to practice your religion, but you still have to live within the society, and you can only do... a certain amount, and changing one's name could even... I've known people who've changed their name and have become almost ostracised from their families. So
now, you made a very important point here, Isha, and this is why I think you are absolutely ripe for conversion to New Islam Lite. This is where New Islam Lite comes in, because your friends need never know that you're a Muslim.
Well, I don't totally agree with that either, because, I don't think there's such a thing as old Islam or new Islam. There are guidelines written down in the Quran and the Hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and
with New Islam Lite, you get a sense of humour.
Well, what I was going to say was, these things are written down, and an individual person at the end of the day is going to be answerable to Allah for his or herself. So really, you have to make the distinction yourself. There's no such thing as certain sects or old or new Islam.
Let me bring Chris into the conversation. Shall I? What was your name previously, Isha, by the way?
My name was Ruth. And
inshallah. Chris in London, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Well, I certainly wouldn't change my name, because my name is Christine and it's Christ in my name, so I certainly wouldn't change my name.
Chris, I'm not quite sure who's ringing up to support me as Prince Rashid Ali Khan here, because Aisha doesn't seem to think much of my new religion. And yet at the same time, I shouldn't think she thinks very much of yours either.
Well, she's entitled to think what she likes, because Muslims are very moral people. But why believe in Muhammed, who had 11 wives, the youngest of whom was 6 years old? Is that someone to emulate and have faith in?
Is this a problem for you, Aisha?
I think there's some misconceptions there. First of all, a lot of the things which happened in that time in Arabia was a very immoral society, and really the only sanity which was brought to that society was through Islam, because if you actually read the Quran, you'll see that there's a whole moral and political system stated there. But the main reason why people took more than one wife at that time was because there was so much jihad going on at that time, or war, that there was people becoming widowed at such a very, very young age. They were only maybe 20 or 21 and being widowed, and that's why it was recommended for a man to take more than one wife, because these women were destitute, and there was no welfare obviously to support them at that time.
Well, I've got no problem with a widow remarrying, but 11 wives, and my God, Jesus Christ is alive. Muhammad's in the grave, but Jesus Christ is alive. And I know Muslims have a problem because they don't think Jesus Christ was crucified, but there were many witnesses who actually saw Jesus after he died and resurrected, and Muslims actually believe that Jesus is coming back again. They actually believe this, don't they?
Yes, we do.
Yes, praise God for that.
Well, we believe, and I mean, Muslims have a lot of affinity with we refer to Christians, as people of the book, and I mean, our religions are actually surprisingly similar.
Yeah.
The difference we have is we don't believe in Jesus, or we'd call him Isa as the Saviour, but we do refer to him as a great prophet.
We followers of New Islam Lite, instead of sitting around in semi-darkened living rooms discussing the minutiae of the people who were knocking around 1,500 years ago, we get on with it. We go out and man soup kitchens and then have a pint on the way home. Surely we're the ones who are doing God's work.
Wait a minute, who sits in darkened living rooms?
You guys just sit around yakking God's word.
Well, that's the most important thing. Drinking alcohol is no good for you. That's one good thing which practicing Muslims have, which practicing Christians should have.
Well, I'll drink to that. Free call 0500 1053 89. Faz is on the line from Leicester. Faz, you're on Talk Radio. Good afternoon.
Hello, mate.
Faz.
You're right.
Never been better. Thank you, my old cock.
Right, I just wanted to correct that Christine, whatever her name was on the phone, yeah?
Yes.
First of all, Muhammad did not have 11 wives.
No, he had 9, didn't he?
No, he didn't. He had 4.
No, he had 9.
No, he had 4, mate.
9.
Mate, you should read the hadith. That should think he had 4 wives. He never had no 9 wives.
Yeah.
That's a total, complete nonsense.
Yeah.
Right? And I just want to hear about your new Islamic Lite. What was that all about?
Well, I've explained it several times.
I mean, I've just got on the radio right now and just find it interesting.
It's the modern way, and it's a way of living your life without Islam getting in the way of living a Western life. This is the problem that a lot of Western people have. We don't know which way Mecca is.
Right, but the way
and it's all very well if you live in Saudi Arabia making a pilgrimage to Mecca, mate. But how difficult is it if you live in Dumfries, for example? So it's not fair, is it?
Right.
So we need a way of following Islam and worshipping Allah through Muhammad. Okay, that isn't going to get in the way, and that is New Islam Lite.
Right, the way you're making it sound, I mean, obviously Shias, they do the same thing what you were describing earlier on the radio, right? But like I said, there's always been a guideline for all the Muslims, yeah? Okay? And that's the Quran, right? If you follow the Quran, you're never going to go wrong, yeah? You understand? I mean, so coming out with all this, you're trying to misguide some of the Muslims,
No, I'm not. Look, I'm going to leave Islam alone for people like you, people with blind faith. That's great.
I mean, not
good
blind
luck to
faith.
you. Good luck to you. No. You were told that if you follow the Quran, that's it, because the Quran is everything, mate.
No,
just like a lot of Christian people say, you follow the Bible because the Bible's dead right. There were witnesses. It's the truth. So therefore, follow that. That's fine. What we do in New Islam Lite, and I shouldn't be at all surprised we don't start up New Christian Lite a little bit later on.
Here, but you said something about mutwa or something.
We get to think for ourselves. There isn't a single religion on earth where people can make a connection with God all by themselves.
Right, but you said
us.
No, you said that there's something like mutwa where you can marry for pleasure.
And I don't think you'd be up to it.
No, you said something like that.
Because you like obedience, don't you? Blind obedience.
No, it's not blind obedience.
That's exactly what Islam is.
No, but the way you're...
What does Islam mean?
I mean, you're totally misinterpreting...
What does the word Islam mean?
Okay, tell me, what did you mean by saying that you can marry someone for 3 weeks' pleasure? What was that supposed to mean?
What does the word Islam mean?
Islam means to follow the true way of the Prophet, Muhammad.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No,
mate.
it isn't.
I mean, you need to check the hadith up then.
It means submission.
No, listen, mate. I mean, I don't know what the point is coming on air and trying to chat shit like that. Yeah. I mean, most probably trying to guide people wrong and that, but that's totally wrong, mate.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
That isn't wrong.
I mean, first of all, what's your name anyway?
Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan.
Is it Rajeesh?
Rajeesh Ali Khan.
Right, there's no name such as Rajeesh in Islam. I've read the hadith.
I didn't say Radish.
Rajeesh. You said Rajeesh,
Ali Khan, yes.
Yeah, Rajeesh. I've checked it up. There's nothing such as an Islamic name such as that.
You've checked it up, have you?
Yeah.
Where did it say?
In some Shia thingy.
What's your name then?
What, my name? My name's Fayaz.
Yes.
Fayaz, and Fayaz is in the thingy, yeah?
Yes.
So it's no use saying that Fayaz is not there because
I wouldn't say it was going. I wouldn't say it was going. What makes you think that somebody has to look in a book before they can decide what they're going to be called?
Well, it doesn't matter about book, but you know when the first call a phone and he goes to you that it's not an Islamic name, it's a Hindu name. You go, no, it's Islamic.
I didn't say Islamic. I said
it's not there, mate.
Arabic.
It's not Arabic because I know
it is Arabic.
And I know all the names in Arabic.
No, you don't know all the names in Arabic.
I do because you're just like I don't know. I don't know where you came out with this name from, right?
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's just totally ridiculous.
Oh, right.
I don't know why you're trying to mislead people, you know what I mean? Because what's going to happen, you're going to get people erupted, right? And this is going to, like, cause trouble, you get me? Is it really worth it, tell me?
Well, if it gets people thinking, and if it gets people working towards finding some kind of a religion which makes sense to them...
No, but not religion, but, 50% of the...
How old are you, Faz? How old are you, Faz?
Well, me, I'm 20.
Did you ever stop to ask anybody who might know more than you a question?
I did, yeah.
Well, why don't you try it then?
No, but the thing is that...
No, but the thing is...
I've got my faith, you know what I mean?
Yes, you have. You have got your faith.
The way you're trying to mislead people by saying things like them.
Is better than your faith.
How can it... It can't be better than my faith.
It's way better than your faith.
Because I'm reality, you're chatting shit.
Oh, I don't swear. Is that good Islam practice?
No, it's not good practice, but you're just trying to get people furious.
You're not even a good follower of old Islam.
How do you know that then?
Well, because you swear.
Well, are you some kind of Nostradamus or Mystic Meg or something that you can tell?
Because you swear. You're bad-mouthing me, and I wouldn't bad-mouth you,
No,
even though
I'm not
perhaps you deserve it.
But I'm just trying to say the truth that, you know what I mean? I don't know what the aim of this is, right? Like Christine, she phoned up and she said, this and that, Muhammad, this and that. I don't think this is right and that. I mean, at least our Asian women, they're not like white women where they go around sleeping around with any Tom, Dick and Harry on the streets, do they?
Free call 0500 10 53 89 and liberate yourself from the bonds of all old religion by joining this new champion of the all-embracing Islam, new Islam Lite. I'm Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan, and this is Mushtaq calling from London. Mushtaq, greetings.
Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you for asking.
Okay, let me just make the one sentence very quickly, and then I'd like to get into some kind of debate with you. Firstly, as I said to the kind researcher beforehand, I think you're using mainstream Islam as a vehicle to convey your own idiosyncrasies, just like Nation of Islam, who propagate Allah is black and only cares for black people. You are totally destroying the very morals that Islam is founded upon. Islam wants to challenge human beings. It says, yes, Islam is very easy, but there are certain things that you are prohibited from doing. And a successful Muslim will be that Muslim who restrains from those prohibited things. Now, you are challenging that. You are the complete contradiction and encouraging Muslims to participate in those prohibited things. And that defeats the whole object of Islam, because as you rightly said, Islam means to submit, in addition to submit to the will of Allah. What do you have to say about that? And how does your belief, if any, provide, if any, challenges for your followers to follow?
I'm not trying to recruit followers of old Islam, although, of course, they're free to join me, and they will.
Right. I actually think it's a very good thing you're doing, because it's making Muslims such as myself awake and realize the very challenges that are facing them. I mean, it's good, because you're making me realize the very foundations of, as you'd like to say, old Islam, but as I would like to say, mainstream Islam, and, see if we really are practicing the religion. But I think what is unhelpful about what you were saying is that you are trying to confirm the very misconceptions that mainstream Muslims, such as myself, are trying to eliminate in this society. I want to be successful in this society, and I want to get on with people of other faiths in this society and demonstrate to them that Islam is not as archaic or restrictive religion as it is made out to be on a frequent basis, but in fact a religion with a lot of harmony and love attached to it. But when you start saying things like, well, you can't watch Hollywood movies, you can't go clubbing, that's not really true. I mean, I go regularly out in the evenings, socialise with my friends who are both Muslims and non-Muslims, and then I might pop out for the odd 5 minutes because I need to pray. It depends on your interpretation of Islam at the end of the day.
But it gets in the way of a game of darts. You see that?
I'm sorry?
It gets in the way of a good game of darts.
It gets in the way of a good game of darts. Well, you see, it depends on your interpretation of religion. Let me give you an example. In Saudi Arabia,
depends on what you know about darts. I'm not interested in Saudi Arabia. I'm interested in Joe Bloke and Joanne Bloke, right, down the Dog and Duck, right, in Ardley High Street.
Well, you can go with Joe and what was the other guy's name?
Now, those people haven't had an opportunity in their lives to discover a religion which suits them.
Right, okay.
And it might just be that they might spend a bit more time weighing up the benefits or otherwise of following Muhammad's version of Allah.
Yeah, one more thing. When you say Muhammad, could you please say peace be upon him? Because that's quite disrespectful. I mean, as a Muslim, just to say Muhammad peace without saying peace be upon him.
No, in Islam Lite, you don't have to say peace be upon him when you say Muhammad's name.
Fine, I guess I'll have to concede that point then.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You say, because we've got our own rule book and you haven't read it.
All right. Okay. So you were making an interesting point there.
Thank you very much.
You were saying something about people want to find a religion that they are comfortable with. Well, you see, sadly, in Islam, that choice is not there. Islam is there for the taking. If you think you can take it, you take it. If you can't, you can't. And good luck to you. But what's worse is trying to manipulate the religion to accommodate the advancement of modern day society.
Yeah, because that's never been done. That's never been done before, has it? I mean, people have never got hold of a religion and said, "Well, this bit doesn't really suit me, so I'll just change it slightly." That's never happened in this country, has it? No, and it never happened, did it, in the early days of Islam, when they split into two groups because they couldn't decide who Big Daddy was. Well, we're just doing the same. We're just doing what every other religion worth its salt has done. We are cutting our cloth. Free call 0500 10 53 89. And speak to Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan, follower of New Islam Lite. Francis calls from Kent. Francis.
Good afternoon, Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan. How are you?
Good afternoon, Francis. Very well, thank you for asking. 1,000 blessings.
I thought you were Muslim. The last time I encountered you or met you, I was invited to your penthouse. Looking at you, I thought you're very much like a Cat Stevens, with your curly dark hair. And you had all these mistresses coming up to your penthouse. And this is quite common, isn't it, in the Muslim religion? You can have so many wives.
Yeah, we practice polygamy.
Uh-huh.
And that's obviously where your interest begins and ends, Francis. Talk about a one-track mind. Dirt track. Muhammed calls from Middlesex. Muhammed, you're on Talk Radio. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Prince Rajeesh.
Muhammed, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm well, and you?
Not bad, thank you. Why? How come I didn't see you last night?
Where were you looking?
We went to the new place. We decided to have our organization. And
yes. I was at home watching television with a pint.
Well, that's wrong.
No, not under New Islam Lite.
You should have brought the pint with you.
Oh, I'm with you. Are you a potential follower of New Islam Lite, Muhammad?
I am one of the people who invented it.
Marvellous news. Marvellous news. How good to be talking to you, inshallah.
Inshallah, Kuwait.
Hey, it's good to speak to a kindred spirit. I've had so much grief from people who aren't prepared to do the work, frankly, Muhammad.
Oh, well, we'll work together. There's no problem,
Yes.
Just these people, they just need to relax a bit, chill out.
Shall we actively recruit like the Jehovah's Witnesses, or shall we keep our religion to ourselves?
We keep it to ourselves.
Like the Jews.
Yeah, we keep it to ourselves. We don't bother with anybody, We
don't want anybody else.
No, we don't bother with people. We just keep it to ourselves.
No. Have you got enough beer in for the football tonight?
No, I don't watch football.
Oh, well, that's not essential under New Islam Lite.
No, you see, I'm not fit,
You're what?
I'm not fit, therefore I don't watch football.
You're what?
I am not fit.
You're not fit?
No.
Understood. Well, I'm grateful for your call.
All right.
Muhammad?
All right.
See you in heaven.
Bye.
If not before.
Bye-bye.
Free call 0500 10 53 89. I am Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan, and this is Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening.
Talk Radio. Talk to the presenter formerly known as Tommy Boyd on free call 0500 10 53 89.
1,000 greetings to Andy, who calls from Luton.
Hello,
Andy.
Your Majesty.
Andy.
I believe the point you are making is that all religion is questionable because it relies on people's faith. No?
The point I'm making is that even the atheists listening would quite like to have a religion just as a kind of an insurance policy. It's just that most of them are rather inconvenient. Well, not New Islam Lite.
Why not New Islam Lite?
Because it doesn't require any detour from your current existence.
But my religion is anything is possible, which I find much more agreeable because I am open to any suggestions.
You're eminently suggestible.
I am,
well,
yes.
Don't get arrested by the West Midlands Police, then.
That's already happened, Tommy. I don't mind about those sort of things. I believe in anything.
No, you see, in New Islam Lite, we have a sense of humour. We're going to make our points known when we get to meet God, instead of just listening to what he has to say.
Yeah.
Okay? We denounce American foreign policy for its imperialistic overtones, but at the same time, we enjoy watching Friends on a Friday night, don't you?
This is it. I mean, this is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
We have to kick out to get a reaction.
Yes.
Otherwise, how can any religion say you just rely on faith? Because everybody's faith is sorely tested now and again, isn't it?
Now, let's give you your Islam Lite name. Andy, what's your full name?
Oh,
Andy?
no, not on the radio.
And, all right, well, you're Andy something or other.
Aye, Greek name.
How do you see yourself as a proud, brave man, as a noble person, as a truthful person?
No, I'd rather be the fool in the corner just waiting to see what happens.
Well, I'm sorry, New Islam Lite doesn't yet have a name for fool.
Ah.
How about the bringer of good news? Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe the stater of the bleeding obvious.
Then this is the name for you, Bashir.
Thank you.
Bashir, bringer of good news. Isn't there a Martin Bashir who interviews famous people from time to time?
I have no idea, mate.
It's spelt the same.
Ah.
Goes to show what happens once you begin to start looking into something. Well, Bashir, 1,000 greetings.
Let's just hope everybody just questions a little bit and gets enlightened from the questionings.
Arsia is our next caller to Talk Radio. Arsia, you're through to Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan. Greetings.
Yeah, hi. Assalamu alaikum. Well, first of all, I'd just like to know, do you actually believe in one God?
I do.
You do believe in a God?
I do.
And you believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
He's as good as the rest of them.
Right. Well, first of all, that makes you a Muslim. If you believe in one God and you believe in Him, then that makes you a Muslim. And if you believe in the first kalma, which is La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His prophet.
I've been saying this for the last half hour.
And messenger, right? So that does make you a Muslim, and that does make you a follower of Islam.
Well, we know that.
But however, right, that doesn't mean, what position are you in just to cut and choose and pick what you want to do and what you don't want to do? As a person, we do have the right. I am also a Muslim, so I follow Islam as best as I can, and I wish that I can get better in the way that I do follow Islam. But however, we are all weak, and we must try to be better. But just because you can't follow exactly what the Quran says, it's just because you're not strong enough to do so, doesn't mean that you give it a new name. You're still a follower of Islam. What gives you the right to just give it a new name? Then people can just do as they please.
Because people have been doing this for thousands of years. At Arsia, they've been recognizing that certain aspects of the way they've been following their God have been a little bit impractical. Take Henry VIII. Now, he's a good lad, isn't he?
Who?
Who? Henry VIII.
Yeah, Henry VIII, yeah.
Okay, take Henry VIII.
Yeah.
Right, he really needed a new queen.
Right.
But the old Pope wouldn't let him do it.
Right.
Because he said, well, we don't have divorce and remarriage and things.
Right. Well,
in
we
the Roman
do
Catholic
in Islam.
Church. I know.
Yeah.
So Henry VIII did the only sensible thing.
Right.
He changed it.
Right.
No, he went to heaven, didn't he? He was our king.
How do you know he went to heaven?
Well, excuse me, he was our king. He was the head of the church.
So how do you know that he went to heaven?
Do you know what you're saying? Do you know what you're saying?
Yeah, I know.
Here you are. You come to this country and you start saying that some of our kings have gone to hell.
I'm saying, I cannot positively say.
If we had a fatwa, if we had a fatwa in this country, Arsia.
I cannot positively say who's going to hell and who's going to heaven, because at the end of the day, whatever's going to happen to a person is in the hands of Allah. Right? So I'm not saying that he went to hell, but then I'm not saying that he went to heaven either, because that's in the hands of Allah.
The point is this. Down the centuries, every single religious person has given a touch on the tiller to the direction of the religion that they were given. Just moved it this way, a little bit this way, a little bit that way, a little bit more of this, a little bit less of that.
As human beings, right? Allah, He has given us a brain to think with. What is wrong and what is right. If you were actually to read the Quran, read the Hadith, although I myself, I don't practice every single thing that is required of me to practice, inshallah I will. But just because I don't, doesn't mean I think it's wrong. I think it's all right, and inshallah I will. But I think for a person like you and a group of, like the last caller, whoever it was, he supported you, but I didn't even want to give his name.
Arsia, will you stay there?
Yes, I will.
I'll come right back to you. I am Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan, follower of New Islam Lite. This is Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening.
Friend?
Yes, of course.
Yes, this is a great pun, isn't it? Hello, Arsia. How are you, my friend?
Hello.
Are you well?
I'm fine.
Why do you cover your legs?
Why do I cover my legs?
Yes, why?
Because Islam tells me that as a woman, I should cover my legs, I should cover my body.
Islam Lite says that you can wear...
Who is Islam Lite? Who is the founder of Islam Lite?
The prince, the holy one, the one who's on the other line, the one with the holy headphones.
You know what, right? You sound like a person who has no sense to me anyway. I'm
No,
sorry
my
to say
friend,
so.
Asya, you perceive
You think Islam... No, this is the whole thing, yeah. This is the whole thing. You want to create and you want to believe or follow Islam Lite, right?
Islam Lite is a religion.
Right, you want to follow this. You want to follow this. But your whole... Now, listen, hang on a second, right? A religion is something which is a way of life for a person,
And
yeah?
this is for
you
me
want to
here.
follow... Hold on a
Please,
second.
let me finish.
No, let me finish. I was talking,
Islam
right?
Lite is a religion of lets people have their say. You have been on the line for a minute now.
Islam, by the way,
finish.
Islam...
Hush, let me finish. If your husband was in the room, you wouldn't be allowed to talk.
Yes, I would.
Be quiet.
Yes, I would.
In
Yes,
Islam
I would.
Lite, people have a say.
Of course.
Now
Listen,
calm yourself, woman.
Hold on. You've created your new
Have you
religion.
been into your
Don't
steel
dictate
box
to me
today?
what my
Be quiet.
religion says. Because if you knew my religion properly, you'd be following it. Okay?
I would not follow
because
your
you would,
religion. It is
because you would
terrible.
believe the righteousness
Our
of it.
religion
You're
is
telling
a
me. So
brilliant
far,
one.
I've
It
heard
is
on this
light
radio
for a
station.
new party.
So
You
far,
will
I've
leave.
heard on this radio station people like you phoning in, right, and talking about new Islam Lite and this Prince Rajesh,
We have freedom of speech in our religion. We can change our views. We can look at the postcard, turn it around and see a new destination. We can look into the stars and see a different version. We can live our life the way we please. Am I not right, my prince?
Talk to the presenter formerly known as Tommy Boyd, Prince Rajeesh Ali Khan.
Jem
on
Hadar.
Talk Radio.
Thank you for your call. And you also, Asya. Now we must speak to Rahana, who calls from Blackburn. Rahana, you're on Talk Radio. Greetings.
Hello.
Greetings.
Assalamualaikum. Finding your show very funny. And I'm Muslim, but I still want to know, how do you convert?
To New Islam Lite.
Yeah.
Well, you just have to do it.
Do what?
There's no exam. There's no entrance fee. There's no personal sacrifice you have to make. You just have to be a good bloke and think that probably Muhammad was a good bloke as well.
Yeah.
Especially because he thought that Jesus wasn't that bad either, and nor was Moses. This is one of the great things about Islam. It recognizes all the clever men who said we should think carefully about being nice people, i.e. the prophets.
Yeah.
But some aspects of Islam are a little bit difficult for some British people. Initially.
Yeah. So you believe in... So if you convert to New Islam, you believe in all the same things?
Yes, you do, and you're working towards them, but you can't do everything at once, can you? I mean, giving up alcohol and fasting and praying 5 times a day and agreeing that all the men should go to Mecca sometime soon, you know, it's a bit of a burden, isn't it? So we offer New Islam Lite as a way in. Ah.
Yeah. And so if you have any queries about this New Islam,
Yes.
people turn to you?
They can turn to me or any of our followers.
Yeah, right. And thingy, your name, Rajesh, what does it mean in Arabic?
Righteous.
I've never heard of that name in Arabic before.
No, it's a very obscure name. It means righteous. It was first found engraved on a bleached camel's shoulder blade in the 7th century AD, also the 1st century AH.
I've got a lovely name too.
Rahana.
Yeah, it means a bouquet of flowers, sweet-smelling flowers.
Rahana, that is you and that is your call. Muhammed calls now from Oldham. Muhammed.
Hello, Rajesh.
Muhammed.
Yes, hello.
Sir.
How are you?
I am very well.
Right, you're the creator of the New Islam, are you?
No, I'm merely a disciple.
Right, well, let me tell you something. There can't be any new religions towards Islam. If you want to believe in Islam, you have to believe in the Islam who came 14, 15 years ago. I mean, you can call yourself a Muslim, but to be a Muslim, you have to believe in the commands of God, all the commands.
Well, it's all about interpretation, isn't it, Muhammad? Isn't it?
No.
It is.
No.
It is. I mean, all right, you believe in angels.
It's like, yes, I believe in angels.
But your belief in angels is going to differ slightly from the belief in angels of another follower of Islam.
No, the thing is, to be a Muslim, you have to believe in the Quran. Every single thing what's in the Quran.
Exactly, but it's open to interpretation.
No, it's not open to interpretation.
Of course it's open to interpretation, because if
like the Shia Muslims who call themselves Muslims.
How's your Arabic?
I don't know Arabic, but listen to this.
Right, in that case, you've never read the Quran.
No, I've read the Quran.
No, you've read a
No,
excuse me, shut up.
I can't interpret the Arabic.
You've read a translation of the Quran.
No, I've read the Quran in Arabic, But the thing is, like...
Well, you just said you can't speak Arabic.
Yeah, but I can't speak it to you and then translate it to you. Yeah, but listen, like the Shia Muslims, they are not Muslims because they don't believe in the commands of God.
So I
don't know where you brought this new Islam
Just like
from.
you, every religion wriggles on the hook if you try and pin it down. That's why you shouldn't try and pin it down.
No, you can't. You can't be a Muslim if you don't believe in the in Quran. That's end of story. You have to believe in all the commands of God.
I do believe in the Quran, but I believe in my interpretation of the Quran just as you believe in yours.
No, there's no just in it.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah, but there's no just
absolutely
in
true.
it.
Well, you don't understand anything. If you don't understand that your interpretation of the Quran is entirely personal
There's no other way of
idiosyncratic.
interpreting it. What's in the Quran is in the Quran, and that's a full stop.
No, that's not true. You don't understand language.
No. You're just trying to make something out of basically nothing. To be a Muslim, you have to believe everything
All right,
in the Quran.
let's do a little experiment then, shall we?
Yeah.
All right, here's a very clear sentence.
Don't forget to subscribe and like. Comment too if you wish. Even slap your legs and make a purchase from Ann Summers. But don't do nothing.